It's in the game.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. In today's matchup, two cornerbacks will be looking to shut down one side of the field. It's the Redskins going up against the Seahawks. The opening kick is straight ahead, so it's time to turn it over to my colleagues, Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis with the call. Gentlemen.
Thank you very much, Larry. While the skies may be ominous, there's never a bad day for football. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Washington Redskins and the Seattle Seahawks. And a welcome in, everybody, with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gauden, and Charles, so much gets made about offensive comparisons. Here's a matchup where the defenses may just take center stage.
Yeah, we're usually talking about guys scoring touchdowns. How about the guys who prevent them and change the momentum of the game when they take the ball away? I love those ball hawks in the secondary. People after my own heart.
Stephen Hauschka now about set to get this one started. And off we go from Seattle. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. So out comes the Redskins offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by the veteran quarterback out of Michigan State. The former Spartan, it's Kirk Cousins.
Forget the measurables. His temperament, which is so even-keeled, often masks a burning desire to win and perform. This guy takes it seriously when he lines up to play, and usually he puts on a nice performance.
The first carry now for Rob Kelly. Room here to run. A big pickup there on the run. 34 yards.
And that's definitely the way you get things started. That's the way it was drawn up in the locker room, in pregame, and everything. And they got it done right away, running the ball for a big game.
Here we go now. Green, 39.
They'll go again with Kelly. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Starting 11 here for the offense. It's going to take some snaps here in a second. Wide receiver Pierre Garçon, always been a very good force in this league.
I agree with you totally on that. Even as a youngster, played with a fury, played with force, continues to do that now as a veteran, and knows how to mentor the younger guys.
Shift together here from the D-line.
Here we go.
This is Kelly. And a short gain down to about the 33. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3. The Seahawks, here's their defensive lineup.
When Bobby Wagner's career is said and done, people are going to look back and say he was an absolute steal in the NFL draft. A Pro Bowl player for any team.
They brought in an extra defensive back here, so probably not expecting a run on 3rd and 3.
A good call.
On the ground, it's Thompson. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29.
Illegal block in the back. Offense. Still 3rd down.
First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down.
Let's go.
On 3rd down, Cousins surveying the field. All kinds of time. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
Partner, how many times have you heard it? Pressure creates diamonds, right? But it also bursts pipes. And on that one, that's what they got. They got after him, and he was fortunate just to get rid of it.
Yeah, he just had to chuck it away. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. The 20. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. We talk about it a lot. One of the dangers of the long field goal, you got to kind of hit it low and drive it. That makes it susceptible to a block here. Not only do they block it, they return it.
And how about how well they did on the return where they didn't create a penalty. Oftentimes in that type of a scrambling situation, someone will clip, someone will block below the waist, right? You name it. In this case, though, that didn't happen. They formed it up, and he took it all the way back for a touchdown.
Stephen Hauschka for the point after. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
So the hard count gets them there. Neutral zone infraction.
Yeah, the defense thought they had the timing down, but the quarterback hit him with a hard count, got him to jump.
They'll keep it in the hands of Kelly. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
You don't have to be a finished product to show some pretty good glimpses of what could be in this league, and we just saw an example of it on that nice run there. When I looked at him coming out of college, I saw a guy with raw, terrific ability, and I couldn't wait to see how it was going to be harnessed and polished up in the NFL. In fact, some people thought he could play a little slot receiver as well as run the football. This guy has the ability to be a big-time player with more seasoning.
Well, there they went blitz defensively, Charles, and things were paved well coming from the linebacker position.
I love the way that you described it, paved well. Oftentimes, the guy who gets home on the blitz, he's going to get all the credit, but his teammates did all the dirty work, right? They ran into people on purpose. They sometimes tugged on jerseys to hold linemen to create space and gaps. And that play finished off really, really well. Well conceived, well designed, and even better executed.
And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete. So on fourth down, the Redskins will call on Tress Way to punt it away. Back deep for the Seahawks, the all-pro returner from 2015, Tyler Lockett. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. This one angles out of bounds at a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line. Very tough spot here for the offense to start. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Now Wilson down around his goal line. And Graham's got it over the middle. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain. Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed, and he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage. That's another nice run, and I have to tell you, some of the coaches that I played for, their philosophies were always different when they see a guy running the ball well. Some of them wanted to immediately go to play action and throw it now because it's wide open. But other coaches said, you know something? Until they stop him, that big boy's going to keep getting the football. And that might be the direction that they're going to go right now. Well, they're certainly running the ball pretty well on this drive, and all I remember as a secondary guy was if you're making a lot of tackles in a game, that's usually not good for your defense. You've got to figure out how to keep things in front of you because you know there's 3 levels: defensive line, linebackers, and into the secondary. And if the third level is leading your team in tackles, as a general rule, things aren't going so well for your defense.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. One quarter down. 7-0 is our score. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2. They're looking at a second and short yardage to start things out. Now a toss. This is Rawls. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
There's so many things that go into playing the position of linebacker. Some of them are actually subtle. Doing the drill work that you do all the time in practice and carrying it over to the game. Get rid of blockers and get to the ball carrier and knock him down for a loss.
He finds his man, Baldwin. And they get 10 yards there and convert on third.
I don't care how many times you tell the story, it never loses its luster for me. Doug Baldwin, undrafted out of Stanford, and plays like a #1 receiver should in the NFL. I don't care how you cover him. I don't care that his size isn't great. He's the one that typically comes up with the football.
Absolutely. His roots go all the way back to Gulf Breeze, Florida, where he's from, right on the water near Pensacola, and then, of course, to Stanford, and boy, he's been good. And he carries this one all the way down to the 9. Give him 27 yards that time. And the Seahawks are going to have a first and goal. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal. Now this will be the 9th play on this drive. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point you've got to win at the point of attack, and on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
The intended target, Doug Baldwin, and it's third down. And this seemingly endless drive continues. An extra defensive back on the field here for third and goal. On third and goal, Wilson. Wilson hit. It's loose. Does the big boy have the juice? And the Redskins scoop it. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. A bad third down mistake there.
Points were already on the board in their mind. And that's the worst part about it, right? Because it's just like in golf. Never count it in the cup until it rolls in there. Otherwise, you can really get messed up with your scores. In this case, you know they thought, hey, at least 3, maybe even a chance to get 6. It's a little bit demoralizing going off the field. Now that you've turned it over and you come up empty.
Yeah, if he holds on to that, at least the field goal on fourth down. Now they lose it. On second down, Cousins again. Caught on the right side, Reed. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think they were looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely.
I mean,
size, the hands.
Speed, I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
Right side caught by Jackson. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up fourth down. Dustin Hopkins now for the Redskins field goal. He had his lone attempt blocked earlier.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that too, but it was the crossbar that said otherwise, and that'll deny him a shot at 3.
Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. So this brings up a 2nd and 2.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Lockett, the man in motion. Two minutes to play here in the first half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Larry Ridley will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. From midfield now, here's Wilson, eluding the pressure right. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Incomplete pass on 2nd down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on 3rd.
Watch that. Check 26, check 26. Tempo. Flare.
3rd and 2, now Wilson. And he locates Luke Wilson. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
And he slides to avoid the hit.
Holding offense.
So a little grabbing there, but this time it goes against the offense for holding. So now a 1st and 20.
19. Check the backer. He's checking.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. They'll roll him out right. He hits Baldwin right side. 19 yards to pick up there.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
On 2nd down, Rawls. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Back to the ground on 1st. Again, it's Rawls. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
14, check 3.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Down to the 25. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. So now a 3rd and 7, and defensively, it's a dime look. 6 DBs. To throw is Wilson. This is complete. It's Baldwin. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Hauschka's kick is good. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to the EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. Let's take a look back at the first half. The Seahawks are happy to be in front, and they'll look to play another solid half of football. The Redskins know it's always hard to come in and get a win on the road, but they're not out of this one yet. Here we go. Let's do this. Here's your first half highlights. Redskins opening up on offense. Kelly's got a running lane here. He'll end up running for over 20 yards on the play. 3rd and 7. Baldwin's found on the quick pass, and he'll end up at the 10-yard line before being tackled. So that's it for us at the EA Sports Studio. We'll go back now to Seattle for the start of the second half.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line.
Just watch 88. Just watch 88. Trip. Good trip.
Now Wilson on first down. This complete to Lockett. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And he's eventually brought down, but not before he reaches the 39, just shy of the 40. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
They go play action here on first down. He'll buy some time right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. And he's got his man in stride, complete. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage. Looks like a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and 2.
Yeah, maybe expecting a throw. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Looking for Baldwin, intercepted. Picked off by the veteran corner, D'Angelo Hall. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Well, the drive starts with Rob Kelly. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
He was trying to find Deshaun Jackson that time. And now it's 4th down. Here's Tressway now as he'll punt it away for the second time. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. Rawls, the lone man in the backfield.
Check three.
They go back to the air here after the INT. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Pitch goes to Rawls. A strong running. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be third down. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on second down. So 3rd and 7 and an extra defensive back on the field here.
Definitely want to play coverage here.
On third down, Wilson. Flush to his right. He'll dump it off to Procise. And a gain there of 11 yards.
He went full scale, loose, flexible, finding a way to catch the ball in some traffic for a key first down.
Yeah, really nice job of adjusting to the ball in the air. Not the most accurate of throws, but able to adjust and make the grab. Here's Rawls. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. So 2nd and medium, 2nd and 5 now.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
So you heard the word. This is a neutral zone infraction.
Yeah, the defender wanted to try and get back after he had jumped, unable to do so.
Hey, boys, got four down.
Following the penalty, it's Rawls. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Only a gain of a yard there, but it indeed gets him a new set of downs. So the offense has it 1st and 10.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
And now they're in the hurry-up. Now they'll throw it with Wilson sliding out of the pocket. It's caught outright by Graham. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
And now a first down following that long gain. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. He hits Jermaine Kearse. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Jermaine Kearse, 43 yards. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hands so quickly and oftentimes on the move. When they're on the move like that, then they get to use their best asset, which is usually their speed.
And their speed sometimes, like this instance, can take them into the end zone. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th and final quarter. Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Cousins on first down. Looking for Garcon, and it's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowl cornerback, Richard Sherman, and his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. This spot in the fourth quarter with that deficit had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
And they'll start this drive with very good field position.
Three down, three down. Mike, check, watch 54, watch 54.
After the interception, here's Wilson. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he's going to be out of bounds down to the 25. It's a pickup of 14 there. And that'll be good for a Seattle first down. And defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up first downs and keeping the football.
It's caught. Lockett. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Can you do any more work or make it more dramatic for not much gain than what we just saw there? Did you see how his toes got down? Tip-tap, got him down. But what did he get out of it?
He sold the sizzle. He just had no steak.
I mean, was it 1 yard?
Yeah, plays like that, you at least expect a first down. They're just 1 yard. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets them up 1st and goal. And the defense with their backs against the wall a little bit here as the offense is in the red zone. Rawls, the lone man in the backfield. 1st and goal from the 8. And he'll get it up the middle. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Thomas Rawls, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead.
I know the play ends up in the end zone with one person carrying the ball, but how about that big mass of humanity that guided him to that spot?
Yeah, they got there, but I love the dive. Always a fan of the dive. Here's Hauschka for the extra point. And the lead is now 24. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. Now it's Chris Thompson on the return. Shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Got his target, Pierre Garcon. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off. Usually after about 3 to 4 steps, he cuts towards the middle of the field, and now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Pierre Garcon, the intended receiver, and now it's 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Kelly. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. Jordan Reed was the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Cousins. Wide open receiver complete. 23 yards on the play.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's second down.
Brandon, that play typifies what we've seen from the offense all day long. They've had no success getting things going. I think for the offensive coordinator, he's got to go to that side of the play sheet that says, try something different. Try some specials, something they haven't seen all day to try and get this offense kick-started.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. On third down, Cousins. And this is going to be incomplete. He was looking for Jamison Crowder there, and that brings up fourth down.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Oh, and you just can't do that. 15 yards on the roughing the kicker call.
Absolutely inexcusable. The kicker's in a defenseless position, and he just gets taken out.
First down throw for Cousins. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down. So 2nd and 10 here.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
On second down, Cousins again. And Reed with it over the middle. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. From the red zone now, Cousins. Caught left side, Garcon. And out of bounds all the way down at the 2-yard line.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. They'll throw again. Cousins. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
He's got time in the pocket. And this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. Deshaun Jackson, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Redskins are able to cut into that deficit. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. So let's try this again as they come to the line to go for 2.
4 down, 4 down. Let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Cousins will try and throw. He's got time. And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation. And now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Rawls, the lone man in the backfield. And he'll get it up the middle. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. And quickly they get to the line. Now it's Wilson. Flushed out right. He finds his man, Baldwin. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Forced out to his left. And this is caught at the 8. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A solid pickup of 13 sets them up 1st and goal. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Oh, Wilson going to throw. Rolling to his right. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaunt. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Seahawks here as we say so long from Seattle.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
PlayStation